what is going on? It's DJ Ash Noble. Welcome back to another live. We've not done one of these lives in a long time. Um, we're doing a live that we don't do very often, and this is a last minute unexpected gig has actually come in, and this one is going to be a little bit of an interesting one. It's going to be a little bit of a fun one, actually. I'm looking forward to it, nevertheless. So, where do I start? At the beginning and finish at the end. So this Friday, I have got a gig at Lenny's Bar in Hull, which is on Holderness Road, which isn't all too far from where I live, but with taking your own equipment, it's not like within a doable walking distance. If I didn't have equipment, I could have probably maybe walked it or at least got a bus there and walked it back. But I'm booked to play at Lenny's Bar in Hull on Holderness Road. So, the story behind the booking, the story behind how I got the booking. So, that I'm aware of, that I know, Lenny's Bar is like a bar stroke small nightclub that runs sort of every sort of Friday a day, and it's your usual sort of pub where you have like like a sort of like a weekly resident DJ who just essentially plays every week, and plays a mixture of like the old school 90s, the R&B, a few old dance tunes, and obviously sits there and obviously takes requests and things, and things like that. So that's the sort of general gist of what goes on down at Lenny's Bar. Now, the original resident DJ is called Lil Mark. Lil Mark. So DJ Lil Mark is normally the local resident guy who plays every week. Now, sadly, well, not sadly on my behalf because it's given me a booking, but unfortunately for Lenny's Bar, he's on holiday out of the country this week, and I got tagged in a post on Facebook in a group called DJs, and this guy, this Mark guy, was actually looking for someone to just essentially fill in, do the replacement booking for that, for this Friday. So it starts at 7 p.m. and it finishes at midnight. And like I say, it's playing 90s, it's R&B, so 90s dance, R&B, some noughties R&B, some noughties dance. It's just going to be a little bit of a mixture. I've got a few good ideas of some tracks that I'm gonna play, and I've got to really work myself to the ground for this because I'm on CDJs and a mixer. So whatever tunes I've got is obviously what I put onto my USB. So if someone requests something and I don't actually have it, I'm going to be unable to play it. Like, I haven't got that ability just to search into the controller and play it. Now, I can bring a lead that plugs into my phone, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem to work that well. So it's just one of them sort of like gutting things. But I'm gonna try something a little bit different when I go on Friday, and I'm gonna try putting the wire that goes into the phone. I'm gonna try and put it into a different channel instead of my usual channel 1, which is what I usually put it into. I'm gonna put it into channel 4 instead, and just see if that helps a little bit, because it just doesn't. My phone sound just doesn't sound too good, which is it's a little bit gutting. So I'm just sort of hoping, that things will work out alright that way. But I'm gonna cram loads of 90s dance. I'm gonna cram loads of 2000s dance and loads of 2000s R&B, loads of Sean Paul, all them kind of things, and stuff like that. So I got tagged in the post, and I just at first I wasn't really too sure what there was really after. So at first I was just sort of genuinely sort of just text for to find out more general info. Wasn't really positively certain, if I'll do the gig yet or if I won't do the gig. It was just one of them. Find out more info. And then when I found out a little bit more info, I thought, well, do you know what? It's a booking. It's something that, it'd be good for me to take it because it's experience in that kind of thing as well. And, I like to do a bit of everything. It gives me another booking, something again that I can just add to the list. And I just thought, why not, really? So I got a few things sorted in place, like how I'm going to get there and going to get back, because I've got to take my equipment, obviously. I've only got to take the speakers and the decks, though, no disc lights, so that's all fine and dandy. So my initial sort of plan is I'm going to start off like commercially sort of R&B, sort of 90s R&B, play some 2000s R&B and stuff like that. And then I'm going to go into like 90s dance, so when it gets a little bit later on, that's when I'll start bringing in the Robin S, Show Me Love, Real McCoy, Another Night, Mr. Vane, or all them sort of like top 90s tunes. When people are a bit more, they've had a bit more to drink and they're going for it. Then I'll go into some of the sort of like 2000s dance, so maybe a bit of sort of like Booty Love, Boogie Tonight, them kind of things. Maybe even go into a little bit of like mixing some house as well, see how it goes. And then if I'm lucky, I'm not certain, I'm only going to do it sort of if I vibe the crowd. But then I might maybe donk it up a little bit just towards the end. And I'm not saying like go full in and play a full on bounce mix. I'm just sort of saying like maybe play a few sort of like commercial remixes of some bounce tunes and just sort of rave it up a little bit towards the end and just sort of get them going for maybe like the last sort of hour, maybe even the last half an hour. And I'm sort of thinking like the sort of like Special D, Come With Me, Cascada, Every Time We Touch, them kind of things. Just go a little bit sort of a bit more up at the tempo towards the end, and just see where it goes, really. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it goes all as it should do. We might do well, and they might say, look, if ever I'm off again, or if for whatever reason I can't make that Friday, would you do it again? It might go well. You never know. But for me, this is just a bit of experience. It's a chance to try it. It's a chance to vibe a different crowd. It's a chance to play music and have fun. And I'm just gonna sort of hopefully smash it. And I am sort of just winging it. I mean, I do know. I do know me tunes, like I'm very good with my 90s dance, that, my noughties dance, I'm very well, my mind's very well orientated on doing that sort of thing. The R&B, I do know a lot of R&B, I just don't always know it by name, by artist, so like the songs I'll recognise, I just don't physically know like like the names of them. And but then again, I don't know like every R&B tune, so I'm not like a massive R&B orientated in the mind, but I do know a fair bit of it, and I do know sort of like commercial sort of noughties, Akon, sort of like Nelly and all them kind of tunes that people enjoy listening to, sort of like from the 2000s, and obviously Hips Don't Lie, Shakira, them kind of things, and again Akon, Lonely, few other bits and bobs from sort of that era as well. And then, like I say, just towards the end, I'll maybe just try and sort of like dance it and rave it up just a little bit with a few sort of like, I guess what I'd call it is like floor fillers, and just sort of like if anybody's got any sort of like commercial sort of like bounce tunes, also some newer tunes as well I'm gonna play as well, so some newer sort of like chart dance tunes, if you like. There's a newish one called Get Out. It's not a bad tune, so that's probably something that I'd throw in. Got nice piano to it, but It's quite nice and modern. And I'll just wing it really. And I just thought, why not take the booking? So I think it was nearly going on a year ago now. When I had an unexpected booking coming on it was on Freshers Week. I remember it, so not quite a year ago, but sort of maybe about 9 months ago. I got an unexpected booking to do a 2 hour set. A 2 hour set in a club for Freshers Week, and I just played a lot of like house bangers and bassline bangers. It was quite a good set really. It wasn't too much like getting requests. It was kind of everybody was just doing their own thing and listening to the vibe. Um, I'm hoping this one is relatively similar because I haven't got the equipment for somebody to sort of like constantly be for a sort of playing requests all the time. Like I am going to be limited to to what I can do. And I don't obviously want the sound just to go really rubbish as well. When doing so, if I'm like sort of using them, off my phone. But hopefully, it's gonna go well. Hopefully, it's gonna go well, and hopefully it'll be quite good. The only sort of like I say, I think that request thing is like the only issue I'm probably gonna like sort of come up against, because there are gonna be people that are gonna have a few drinks and they're gonna be like, you know what, I want that tune I love to be played, and I get it from the request people's point of view. They're having a good time, and then if the DJ just dropped that song that they really like, do you know what I mean? So obviously, I can understand why they'd want the tune requested, but sometimes, from the DJ's point of view, it's not always easy. So there we go. But yeah, so unexpected gig. Thought I'd come live and update you. Lenny's Bar this Friday. If anybody's just not doing anything and they want to pop down, it's just a free entry thing. Just pop down, enjoy the vibe. Boom. Make sure to like, comment, share. See you next time.